and welcome or welcome back to my channel, House of AB Design. I'm AB and I'm so happy you decided to click that thumbnail. Today's video was all about my tiny kitchen island. I am so excited to bring this to you today because it's been long awaited, long overdue. When I first moved into my home, I noticed that, I didn't have a lot of kitchen space. It's a pretty square kitchen and the counter space was not optimal. And I've always thought about, putting some kind of piece of furniture in that I could fold up when not needed or, put in or slide out. But again, space is at a premium. So I came up on this idea of just doing a tiny island. I researched, I even went on Wayfair, I checked dimensions, I went to Home Goods, and I could not find anything that was as long as I wanted, as tall as I wanted, and fit the space the way I needed it to. And I didn't want anything permanent. So with that said, I decided to use some stuff I had lying around, which in this case was an old bed that my daughter did not want anymore. And for some reason I didn't sell it. And I didn't want to give it to Goodwill or anything like that, or Savers in my area. So I kept it, and one part of it I did with the Bloom Bar. So if you look at that video, the shelving that I actually used for that was one piece of the bed frame, the top, the headboard. And then I decided to use another piece of the headboard, which was lying around. And that's where this kitchen island came in. So this kitchen island was actually made from an IKEA piece of an IKEA footboard. I believe I used the footboard of that. And then I used the frame of the IKEA bed. It's the mom bed. And you'll see that further on in the video. But wanted to kind of share that with you. On my channel, I'm all about doing things, on a budget, DIY. You may have the vision of doing something, but you might not have the money to match that vision. You've come to the right place. A lot of times I'm always looking at something. I mean, my family always laughs at me because some people would rather spend, they see a need and they'll spend money and say, hey, they'll do it. And I'm looking at it trying to figure out, well, how is that made? And maybe I can try to do it, to suit my needs. And on a budget, of course, using the least amount of money as possible. So with that said, that's pretty much what I did in this video. I needed some extra storage space, and I wish I had done it sooner. It worked out perfectly for the space. I'm able to move it around when I need to clean or, just kind of situate some things. And I measured so that I can open doors, the pantry doors and things like that, cupboard doors, the dishwasher. So it's at a perfect spot, right? And I could have never done this had I purchased something and tried to fit it in. So everything was either too bulky or too small. So thank you for my new subscribers. I have gained some new subscribers over the past few months. And hopefully you enjoy the content moving forward. Thank you for my older subscribers that have been rocking with me since day one. I appreciate you as well. So with that said, let's get into this video. I purchased this IKEA mom bed for my daughter several years ago before I moved into my new home. Still in great condition, I was left with finding out what to do with it when she got a new one. I kept it unassembled for months before getting the idea to repurpose it. Then one day, I measured the dimensions of the footboard and came up with the idea to use it to build my kitchen island. For each side of the kitchen island, I used the frame of the bed cut to size so that it could match the height of the existing countertop. I then reinforced both sides with 2x4s that I purchased from Lowe's. I also purchased 2 pre-cut plywood boards to use as shelf space. Here is the assembled island before painting. I started to try and build doors, but because the kitchen was already small, I decided on an open storage look instead. I covered the back of the island with a smooth brown hardboard wall panel that I purchased from Lowe's. While at Lowe's, I also had them cut the panel so that I could use it to cover each open side of the island. Now that the island was fully assembled, it was time to paint. I used the same color that I painted my kitchen cabinets, Urbane Bronze in the Sherwin-Williams collection. After the first coat of paint, I didn't like the look of where the shelf panel met the side, so off to the store I went to get some flat molding to spruce it up a bit. Once complete, I gave it a final coat of paint and 3 coats of polyacrylic. It was then time to style. A seasonal bouquet in a vase and a small sign did the trick. These rattan wooden baskets from TJ Maxx were the perfect open storage solution. I'm able to conceal some kitchen items while also providing a pleasing aesthetic. I really loved how this kitchen island turned out. It was pretty easy to build and the materials didn't cost a lot. I'm able to move it when needed and it provides the storage and prep space that I long desired. I hope you enjoyed this video of my tiny kitchen island. Until next time.